Hey, before this video gets started, I'd like to ask you to do me a favor. If you find yourself watching this video, and obviously you have because you can hear this, if you decide for whatever reason to nope out of this video before it finishes, and I mean like well before it finishes, like before the halfway mark or at any point, like you decide like to leave before it's done, do me this favor and leave a comment down below explaining exactly why you're leaving. If it's my voice, if it's the audio, like the audio quality, if it's the co-host voice, if the video is just boring, doesn't matter what it is. Like even if it's like, well, I suddenly had to poop and I had to leave. Like doesn't matter what it is, just tell me what it is down below because I'm trying to boost audience retention. And I feel the only way to really do that is by having the audience tell me what's making them lose retention. So enjoy the show. Oh man. When I do say oh man, I mean oh man. It has been somewhat close to a month since the last time I played this. I still don't know. Oh, I meant to look it up. Let me look it up real quick. We've done, this will be episode 16. That's 15 episodes. That's not quite 7 hours. Oh. That's not what. When focused on the main objective, the metric path to Neo is about 9.5 hours in length. If you're a great gamer that thrives to see all aspects of the game, you're likely to spend about 14 hours to attain 100% completion. So 9.5 hours, and I'm doing about and I'm doing 30-minute videos, around 30-minute videos. That's not including failure. So 9.5 hours. That's yeah, it's like 19 videos. So because 9 hours would be 18 videos at 30 minutes apiece, and then an extra half. So we might be getting close to the end within the next like 10 videos, which is cool. Which is coolio cools. Give me a second. I'm not saying that that's what was going on. I was just kind of pushing the conversation to new heights. All right. With that being said, let's boogie oogie oogie. All right. Let's start the game. Let's start it. Yirah! I got nothing to talk about, which is the sad part because this is really me playing video games whilst I'm talking. What the ass touch am I looking at here?
Damn, it's good to be home.
They need you.
It's weird to me that there's like this delay with this version of the Elgato. It's a severe delay. That looks disgusting.
That army is drawing nearer to our home.
These machines are keeping us alive while other machines are coming to kill us. Interesting, isn't it? Power to give life.
You know, if I was smart, I'd have it written down somewhere which save file I use to record this. I'm almost positive it's the fourth one each time.
What is
Like it, but I'm guessing every single time I do it.
Matrix to await contact from the Oracle.
Tandy?
It's from the Oracle. It's time to go.
I am Seraph. I can take you to her. But first, I must apologize. Apologize for what?
For this. All right, this is definitely. I can't move yet. Is there gonna be? Oh shit. Oh, you can do the stuff I can do. That's what's up. Oh. Okay. I was dodging because I forgot what the button was. Okay, so I can't grab him yet. Like I said, it's been a minute since I played. I have to remember. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely where it comes in handy to have me a co-host. But I ain't got nobody right now. It's me, solo dolo. I mean, when you start something, when you start a project, I always feel, I feel now, I wouldn't say always, but I definitely feel now that it's always a good idea. It'll always be a good idea to, oh my gosh, I just had a strong, woof, boy. These polls just gave me deja vu. Oddly enough. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Just so y'all know, I can't move the camera. Because I'm not doing a lot of damage here. Not doing anything. I'm hitting him. This is riveting. Like, content-wise, this is the shit. And I don't know if, like, the objective is just, like, survive longer than him. Because they're... The pillars are burning. And there aren't going to be many left. So that was the plan. Was to kick him into the fire? I'd done that. Ugh.
I'm sorry, but you are not the one we seek after all. You cannot help us.
Because I failed. Reload! It's all to the good, cuz. Like I didn't do it the first time. but that is life in a nutshell. It is not about how often you fail, but how many times you fail before you give up. This is a... So the idea is to... Like, he does damage to me. Like, even... Okay. There we go. Okay. So the idea is like stun him. And then, okay. Throw him into the fire. Way easier. Like, once I know what I'm doing, like, whoa, that's not hard at all. What's up? Did you give me a cutscene just to continue the fight as it were? Okay. I didn't skip it. That's it. That's what happened. It was done. It quit. I don't know if this happened in the movie.
Hey, sit down, you're blocking my view! Sit down! Hey, somebody call the usher!
I would imagine it didn't, but I don't.
Hey, wow, I think I just saw a black cat walking around.
Because I forgot again. I've been playing Avengers.
No, hold on, wait, I get it. The guy in the black jacket is the savior of mankind. And this fight with the other guy is some kind of test, right? Right? Nah, too far-fetched. Hey, somebody call the usher.
Is he throwing shit at us?
Hey, don't make me get up out of this chair.
I don't like...
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you stop trying to hit him and hit him?
I was gonna. Too late. No, that's just up there. Okay. What the hell did he throw?
Give me a great big WTF. Whoa.
WTF was
Cool.
a phrase even back then? Huh, interesting. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Loading. Boy, that disc is loading. Taking its time and loading. Her up. Really? Okay. Hey, here's what you don't think about. When playing these games on disc, and I'm recording them. This game, I've had this game since like 2006. If not 2007. Like, somewhere in there. 2006, 2007. I've only played through it once, and I'm the kind of person who keeps their discs in a case of sorts. I don't leave my discs like, stacked together or laying on a table somewhere. They're either in the game case they came in, or they're in a CD case, like a padded, like, multiple disc CD case. There's a slight chance, unlikely, mind you, especially at this point, that the disc. I always remember this disc being a little funny, like just taking forever to load or whatever the case may be. But like, there's a chance that one day, I don't know what's happening, I'll decide to play a game, and unbeknownst to me, the disc just doesn't work. So I can't dive kick this motherfucker? I was doing it again. Yep. There's a good chance it's gonna keep happening. You can't kick him because you down there, because he's down there. You gotta hit, there you go. So I came across this YouTube video this YouTube short the other day where this lady was saying, I think she was an athlete, and she was talking about the idea of transgender men being able to use a woman's restroom or whatever, and she pointed out that, like, she felt like the biggest problem, I'm not saying this, I'm just repeating what she said. She said the mistake the women were making was expecting other people to stand up for them and solve this thing that they call a problem. And she said, like, it's up to us. If we don't stand up for ourselves and do something about these, like, the things that we consider injustices, then we can't expect anybody else to do so either. Whoa. I was having trouble going in and out, and I was like, what's going on? The controller had like it had something stuck in it. And I bring this up because I left a comment on this statement, because what she said was, like, we need to, like, expecting other people to protect us from men, or whatever the case may be, or these, like, men pretending to be women. And I'm openly stating, in my opinion, I probably shouldn't talk over this, I normally don't, but I am now, is that, like, the statement saying that we need to be protected, or women need to be protected from men or transgender women, or whatever the case may be, is the wrong way to word that. I feel like the proper way to say that would be to say, please placate me. And I know that sounds like, somebody's just being like a piece of shit, or like I'm just, being persnickety. But the reason I say, like, you're asking to be placated is ultimately you're asking for comfort. You're simply stating, hey, I don't care what this person considers themselves. This is where, like, I and like me come to get undressed, and we don't like being around men while we get undressed. We need this to be a safe place for us. And I feel that's completely justifiable. Like, my mom, like, is old. Like, I won't mince words. She's old, and she's gotten to the point where she needs a little help from time to time, doing some, like, normal, like stuff. And she's openly stated she does not want a male nurse Whoop, shit. Started pressing square again. She does not want a male nurse to do these things or help her do these things. Now, personally, I don't give a fuck. Like, I've been in the hospital on multiple occasions, and I've had men give me baths, I've had men wipe my ass, and I've had women give me baths and wipe my ass. And, like, as nurses, they do not mind. Like, a lot of them will openly tell you, like, hey, it's fine. Like, I don't, like, this is what we signed up for, effectively. But, like, it still comes down to you. If you're not comfortable with that, then what really, then, hey, tell them, like, yo, I don't want some dude touching my nethers. Just, tell them that, and, like, in most cases, they will openly, like, they will placate you.
Can't do it
They'll,
without some
because they want you to feel
help,
comfortable.
Mr. Anderson.
And I feel like the phrase, using the term, we need to be protected from these people, in my personal opinion, is the wrong way to word it, because it ends up, it's a negative, it creates a negative connotation. To say you need to be protected from someone is openly admitting that you think that person is out to do you harm. And I feel that a lot of, I don't know any trans people, well, that's not true. I know of, like, 2 different trans people. I'm not really into the whole concept. Like, I'm really not. Like, I think it's a mental health issue overall. Like, the idea that you feel like, oh, I was born in the wrong body, which is an insane concept. Because the idea that, like, you feel like you're supposed to be something that you've never been, in and of itself is insane. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Which doesn't mean shit, because, I'm not the one living it. But the idea that, like, well, a trans man is going to hurt me if he's allowed into the women's restroom, in and of itself is fucking offensive. Like, that's incredibly rude to say, because the person, like, assuming, like, you know what, let's say even if he hasn't gone full transition, let's say he's just, effectively what would be considered a cross-dresser. The fact that he's doing this out in public, like, there's some level of, like, he's gonna, like, catch some flack. I don't know, like, a better word to use right here for this. But he's gonna be verbally assaulted. He's gonna be made fun of. It's not gonna be fun for him to just walk out into public. And there's no audio. I didn't do that. I don't know what happened. There's no audio. I don't know if the disc, it could be that thing I was talking about. The disc could have just, did its thing. Where it's like, yeah, you hit a point where, like, oh, no return here, son. Whoa. I ain't gonna front you for the PS2. That's a lot. And you have to have this. Like, yeah, the TV isn't making audio. There's no audio coming from the TV, and there's no audio going into the capture. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, I doubt, like, I kicked anything. But yeah, I just think it's incredibly, like, nearsighted or short-sighted to refer to say you need to be protected from people who just effectively want to go to the bathroom, or, like, people who want to, like, get changed. Like, yes, and I totally understand. Like, the idea of a woman going into the bathroom and there's just, this, 5'8", man in there, she might not feel comfortable getting undressed. She might feel like she's being stared at. She might, people are fucking weird, to say the very least. And it's understandable, but I also think that it's just kind of, it's not when it comes to getting your point across and to, like, trying to be respected, like, to have, like, a respectable opinion is key. That's why, like, the stuff I've said, like, as I've said this, I'm trying to find health. My health is coming up on the time. I have to pick the words carefully so that if this gets clipped or if somebody comes across it, you gotta be able to be heard in a way that people are interested in hearing what you're trying to say. So, okay, I don't. This might be how come like the polygon count is like what it is in this. Damn. In this game. Yeah, it might be with the why the polygon count in this game is the way it is because of this scene alone. Because like the cats that like the Smiths that aren't in the fight are still in the background. Like I can walk over there. Like it feels like I can walk over there and just start randomly hitting any of these. They're not like exclusively background characters. These motherfuckers are tangible. They all have hitboxes. And as far as like, I'm in a fucking I'm in a circle. Like I'm above open sky. So I'm over here thinking like they said like the buildings could come down if dealt enough damage. I don't know like what y'all mean by that. Am I supposed to like grab the Smith? And like throw them into the building? Because I don't think like the objective here is to defeat every Smith. Ah. I want to grab this real quick. Young man here. Ooh, well. Good timing and all. Whoa, hello. That looks awful. I'm going to go get a stick. Move. I need a stick. Move. I need a stick. I am a man in need of a stick. Move. Whackity. 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 So yeah, the idea like we need to like women need to be protected. It's bizarre in and of itself. It's an awkward statement. Because I feel like it's very similar to like in the black community, like when we don't acknowledge that like the issues that homosexuals have are similar to ours, is like that's how come like we might have an issue with getting them to be on our side. It's like because the black community, well, not all of it, but a good chunk of the older black community definitely has like a negative opinion of homosexuality, and a lot of that stems from Christianity. But that's that's an argument for another video. But like as far as women are concerned, like yeah, I get it. Like I get the idea of like, hey, I am a woman. I'm a real life woman. Like I am not like I'm not pretending. I don't want to like run the risk of being in a situation where a fake wannabe woman is, in this room with me. That's not what I want. And I respect that. Shoot. Because I feel like if I had kids, I would feel the same way. I wouldn't like the idea of like some teenage boy being in like my daughter's fucking dressing room just because he claims he's a girl. But I mean, the difference with that is he's a teenage boy as opposed to a grown fucking man. Yes, they're both capable of being the worst kind of people, but still. Oh, sweet Hosanna. That's the end of our episode. I don't know how anybody might take that. I really don't feel like I feel like it's like the cleanest way I could have worded any of that. Like I really do. But I could be wrong. I could be super duper wrong. But I do feel like that's like the cleanest way you can word that. Like I'm not saying that you should just get over it and not be like not feel anything about it. But I am saying that the idea, like the wording for that could become problematic because there is a slight chance. It's not even a slight chance. It's a good possibility that there are men out there who are pretending to be women just to get into the women's restrooms. Like, and they don't give a fuck about the outside perspective of them, you know, like dressing up in women's clothing. They don't give a fuck. They're just in there to be a voyeur and they're in there to be gross. And that's highly a possibility. But there are also people who genuinely just like, no, I'm in the wrong body. I want to be a woman and I want to go into the women's restroom and I want to live my life outside my house as a woman because I feel like I have that right. And they're not interested in you. They don't give a shit about like you putting in your tampon or you changing your pad or, you know, putting on your mismatched bra and panties. They don't give a fuck about that. They just want to live their own life. So you have to consider them. You have to consider the people who aren't trying to hurt you when discussing the people who are trying to hurt you. Because when you lump the good guys in with the bad guys, a good chunk of the good guys have no problem becoming a bad guy. It's like you can't talk bad about a good person forever. Sometimes they just become the thing that you said they are, and that sucks for everybody in the long run because we lose out on a good person. But either way, until next time, get out.